Welcome everyone. Welcome. How much time do I have here? All right, we got 34 minutes. All right, cool. So this video should fit. Those of you who are new to my content, my name is Mark Fuller. This is TeamAlliance. And I have an educational video. This is actually an Ask Mark Anything question from one of my YouTube subscribers. Oh, excuse me. Before I even do that, I want to get into my zone. And y'all know how I do that. If you don't know, you're about to find out how I get in my zone. I'm about to get in the zone. This is some original music right here. My brother, he produced this song. Melodic. Nice. Shout out to Winston George Music. Much more coming, trust me. Fire right there. And that quick, I'm in the zone. Just like that. Music does it for me. So let me frame this question. How much money should you risk when profitable market conditions exist? How much money should you risk when profitable market conditions exist? And this is actually a multi-part question. The question that was asked, let me just adjust this slightly so I can lean back, lean with it, rock with it. Let me lean back a little bit. Matter of fact, let me just read what was said. Shout out to Bimani Britt, one of my subscribers on YouTube. Always appreciate the feedback. I want to dig into it a little bit, so let me read it so I can get more context for my response. Kind of long, so I'm kind of jumping to the most relevant part of the question. All right, so can you explain what a high probability trade is and make clear what sum of money is safe to trade when profitable market conditions exist? So that's a good way for me to get into the response, because what they're asking is actually two different components, but I understand clearly what the actual gist of the question is. High probability trading. In other words, once you have profitable conditions in the market, what would constitute a high probability trade? That's for one. And how much money should you risk on that trade? And that's really what the question is. So first and foremost, it depends on what type of approach you're taking to the market. And if we want to go into specifically NADEX, and even more specifically the 5-minute binaries, when you're trading the 5-minute binaries in particular, there are three different approaches that you can use. One of them is out of the money. Another one is in the money. And then you have at the money. Out the money means that the market has to move in position relative to your strike price or your option price, or not even option price, strike price, the line, the price level in the market that is the line in the sand and determines the winner or loser of the trade. So out the money means that the current market price is not in the money, so to speak. If you're buying, you know that wherever the line is, the price of the market has to end above that line. Out the money means that currently, before the option expires, the price is under the line. It's under the line, which makes the price of the option very cheap. And it means you can risk a small amount of money with a potential gain that is much higher. So for example, let's say that you risk $20. If you risk $20 when the price of the market is under the line, price is here, line is here. Price of the market is under, but you bought. So you're going to make money if the price goes above the line. If you're risking $20, it means that you can make $80 if that price closes and ends above the line. By the time that option expires, you would win $80. So you're only risking $20 to potentially earn $80, potentially. But what that means with that approach is that the market has to move. It has to move. In other words, your expectation and your hope is that the market moves from here and goes above the line by the time the option expires. So you're depending on the market to actually do something in order for you to earn that income, in order for you to earn profit on that trade. The market has to move. That is what's called out the money. Okay, now that's one approach. That type of approach, there is a lower probability of you winning that particular type of trade because you are dependent on the market actually moving in position relative to the strike price. If the market does not move in position relative to that line, you're going to lose the $20. Oh, well, it's only $20. Yeah, it's only $20, but the probability of you winning that trade is low. In terms of percentages, it would be like a 20% chance of you winning because that's what you're risking on the trade. Okay. Now, the next approach is called at the money. At the money means that the price of the market is right slightly either below or slightly above the line, the strike price, slightly below or slightly above, which puts the option pricing somewhere in the middle, right around the $50 range, which means if you're risking 50, you can earn 50, depending on if the market ends in the direction of the trade that you selected. So again, in this example, if you're buying, price has to end above the line. At the moment that you buy the option, the price is somewhere hovering in this area, either below or above. I would say it's probably below. If you're buying at 50, the price is slightly under the line at that time, which positions the option pricing right around the $50 mark. So now when you buy, now the price has to go from being under to being over by the time the option expires. And if that happens, you'll win or you'll earn the $50. If it doesn't happen and the price stays underneath, you'll lose the $50. So that's more of a one-to-one risk reward. You're risking 50 to make 50. Got it? Then you have in the money. In the money is how we trade. In the money means that the price of the market is already in position. So for example, here's the line for the strike price. This is the line in the sand. Here's the market. Market is already in position. The pricing on the option, let's say for purposes of this example, the price is around $80. It means that you're risking $80, but you're going to make $20, and all the price has to do is remain above where it is already. It's already there. It's in the money already. All the price has to do is stay above the line, and you'll earn $20 on the trade. If the price for whatever reason ends under the line, you would lose the $80. That's the trade-off when it comes to taking lower probability trades versus higher probability trades. The higher the probability of you winning, it means that your market is already in the money relative to the strike price. It's already in position. All it has to do is remain in position, and you'll earn money on that trade. You'll earn less money, but the probability of you earning that money is much higher. because the market is already in position. All it has to do is stay there. It doesn't have to do anything. All it has to do is stay where it is. It can move slightly up. It can move slightly down. All it has to do is stay above that line, and you'll make money on that trade. So putting that into perspective, and now that we understand that, how much money should you put at risk when you're trading during profitable conditions in the market? Now we're dealing with something else, because a profitable market condition has nothing to do with the binary. It has nothing to do with the price of that option and where the market is relative to the option. A profitable market condition has more to do with the way that this price moves. How is this price moving? I want you to understand and think of it in terms of the price of the market. How is it moving? How is it behaving? That's the question. Is it moving erratic? Like 1 second is it up here, the next second is down here, then it's back up there, then is it moving like that? Is it stair-stepping, moving steadily in one direction? Is it stair-stepping, moving steadily in one direction? Is it going back and forth? Is it stalling, not moving at all? What is it doing? Is it fast? Is it slow? These are things that you have to observe for yourself. Now, once you see what the market is, now you have to determine how to actually profit from that condition. That's what constitutes a profitable market condition. It's based on the approach that you're using. So if you're using an in-the-money approach, you need for the market to be in position relative to a strike price already. It's already in the money. And on top of that, you need to be aware and sensitive to the way that that price is actually moving, the behavior of the price, because that's going to determine where the price ends. Where's the price going to be at the end of the binary when that clock runs out? That's the question. That's the only question that we care about. That's the only question that we're concerned with. So these are questions that you have to answer. So anyway, as far as a sum of money to risk on a trade, when you have the environment and the conditions in the market that you know will produce a profitable, high probability trade for you, you're going to put at risk whatever you would risk on the trade. So for example, if you're risking $80 on the trade, you're risking $80 for each contract that you have in the market on the binaries. So if you trade 5 contracts, you're risking $400, but you could potentially earn 5 times $20, which is $100. So you're risking 400 to earn 100. Oh, Mark, that's terrible risk reward. What's the probability of you winning the trade? Because if you do that repeatedly, you're not just making $100 anymore. Take that $100 and multiply it by 20, 30, 40 trades. And how much money did you make? And then take into consideration scaling up your account size steadily over time and using efficient money management so that your account is never in jeopardy. Even if you were to lose a trade, it would not jeopardize your account. Your account remains intact so that you can continue, where you're leaving off at after that loss. That's assuming that you do lose. But you're already in a good position because you're already positioned to win trades because you're positioning yourself to take high probability trades in the right market environment. So when you put those two pieces together, now you're dealing with something that is like surefire, quote unquote. I'm not going to say guaranteed, but as long as you are consistent and you don't deviate from the process that you're using to recognize the correct market environment to be in, and then applying and executing your process, as long as you do that and you stick to that and remain patient, in other words, wait for the market to give that to you. Don't deviate from your process just because the market is not currently giving that to you. I know people have a tendency, anytime they're following a methodology or a way of doing something, as soon as they're not getting any type of performance from that methodology, they want to move on to something else. You want to use 5 different strategies in the market. For what? Find one strategy that works every time that you use it, and only use it at the appropriate time. I'm gonna clip that. What I just said in the video just now, I'm gonna clip that. That's gonna be a motivational video right there. A motivational clip, I should say. Once you figure out what works, only do that in the correct market environment. Rinse and repeat, and don't deviate from that process. You do that, you will remain consistent, you will earn consistent, and you will trade at the professional level, because that's how a professional handles trading in the markets. They figure out what works, and they only do that. One track mind. I don't see to the right, I don't see to the left. I'm only seeing this. Oh, it's not this? All right, we're not doing anything. It is this, we take it. You do that, you rinse and repeat that process and do that over and over again. You are going to fully establish yourself to be profitable as a trader. That's how this works. If you don't do that, you'll be just like everyone else who trades. Win some, lose some. Sometimes you win in. Then when you lose and you blow your account. You go on the streak, you win, turn X amount into X amount. Then as soon as the market shifts on you, now you're not getting as many trades or whatever the case may be. You decide to deviate, do something different, try a different strategy, try a different market to look at. Now you lose. Now you're starting to lose more frequently. Next thing you know, you lost all of the progress of what you earned when you were winning, which puts you back at square one. What is the sense in that? It makes no sense. So don't do that. Don't do that. This is why when you come into training with TeamAlliance, listen to how I'm speaking. This is the same way that I speak to my students when we're in training. Because you need to know and you need to have it reinforced so that you just stick to the plan and don't do anything else. That's what the problem is. You want to do something else. And the something else that you want to do is not going to be profitable for you. 9 times out of 10. You're going to slip. You're going to mess up. And as soon as you do mess up, now you want to get your money back. You want a revenge trade. Oh, the market owes me now. Market don't owe you shit. It's you. You're the one making the decisions to take trades or not take trades. You're the one making the decision to deviate from your process or not. Don't deviate. Stick to the script and just leave it at that. And you will be successful. So that's why you see me consistent, because that's all I do. I don't do nothing different. Nothing. I will not deviate from my process. That's why I train every day. I train more than everyone does. Why? To remind myself and to reinforce my discipline so that I don't deviate from what we do. Oh, well, Mark, do you trade Forex? No. Mark, what about futures? No. Well, do you trade the 1-hour binaries? No. Well, what about the 20-minute binaries? No. I won't budge. I'm only going to do what's working at the time for me. And that's it. Then people wonder why their results start to scatter and be, mundane. Like now you're starting to have mediocre results instead of having pristine results. Because you're doing mediocre shit. You're deviating. You're trying this and trying that. You got your hands in too many different things at the same time. It's just like looking at more than one market at once. When you're learning behavior and learning how to interpret and understand one market, why would you try to do that for another market? Master one. It's just like trying to help somebody else before you master and help yourself. How are you going to give somebody else advice when you don't take your own advice? So that's how that goes. But anyway, I hope that this video was valuable for you. You know, sometimes I go on these little rants and my energy is a little different. You know, I'm excited right now because this is a very good question. These are very good, powerful questions. And I want this energy to be on these videos so that you can feel what I'm saying. I want you to feel it. I want you to feel it, and I want you to execute as a result of what you hear me saying. Stick to the script. That's it. So I appreciate the question, Bimani. Any of you that have an Ask Mark Anything question, please feel free, you know, post a reply underneath this video. If you're looking at this on YouTube, you can reach out to me directly. Send me a text message, 914-979-2317. That's the fastest way to reach me. If you want to get into training, just let me know. I'll put you into training and get you set up ASAP. Other than that, continue to watch the educational content that I'm putting out. Keep an eye out for the new 1-a-day challenge videos. I just revamped that. So I'm starting to document that once again. I just did a trade before I came on and did this video. So, you know, just keep an eye on that. Once again, slowing down the process. The 1-a-day challenge started with $100. We take one trade and we only do it when the market gives it to us. That's it. One trade for the day. Even if we go 3, 4, 5 days without a trade, so what? I'm going to still do the challenge and just keep track so that you can see through documentation what it looks like when you slow it down, when you allow the market to dictate to you when you're going to earn. Stop trying to force everything on the market. You can't do it. You're not going to win. You're going to lose. If you want to win, you have to cooperate with the market. Respect it and accept the fact that the market will determine when you earn, not you. Your job is to work on your patience and your discipline. That's your job. Not to try to master the market. You ain't mastering shit. Trust me. The market is the master, and you better respect that. So anyway, reach out to me when you're ready to train. If you're not ready to train, continue to watch the content, enjoy it, you know, give your feedback. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be more than glad to engage with you. All right. So I'm out of here. Mark Fuller, New York City, TeamAlliance. I'll holler at y'all. Thanks again, Bimani, for the question. And y'all connect and reach out. All right, Mark Fuller. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. I'm out there. Holla at me. Peace.